It's 5 o'clock and tonight time is running out to cast your vote in this midterm election.
You've got about another hour left before polls close across central Indiana. And we, of course, we've got you covered. Whether you still need to place your vote or you're waiting to see results.
All night we're going to be watching some of the biggest races across our state, like the race for one of Indiana's Senate seats. We're also focusing on the open seat for Indiana's Secretary of State.
And we've got a look at the hotly contested race for the Marion County prosecutor. You can always count on 13 News to provide live updates. We'll be here all night.
And it starts right now with our live team coverage. So let's kick it off. Dustin Grove in the newsroom. He's going to be discussing the balance of power that is at stake in Congress.
And Bob Siegel has a look at voter turnout across central Indiana.
And we're going to start with a look at the big races that we're going to be following across the state of Indiana tonight. Jenny Runovich and Emily Longnecker are covering those. Let's start with Emily. Hi, Emily.
Hi, Felicia. And yeah, this is what election night looks like at 5 o'clock at election night headquarters for the Democrats. The room is empty, and that is to be expected because we still have an hour to go before the polls close. This is going to be home base for the Democrats in Indiana tonight. As results come in, we're expecting to see a lot of the statewide candidates coming here and also some of the local ones. Hammond Mayor Tom McDermott will be here. He's running for the United States Senate. Destiny Scott Wells will be here also. She's running for Secretary of State, and incumbent Marion County Prosecutor Ryan Mears. He is also expected to be here. We're also going to see the candidate for State Treasurer, Jessel McClellan, and the candidate for State Auditor, Zanae Brooks. Now, a lot of these statewide candidates have gotten to know each other over this campaign season during the summer and the fall. They went on a town hall series crisscrossing the state, listening to voters, hearing their concerns, and also letting them know what their platforms were and the ideas and thoughts and priorities that they were running on. So all of those candidates are expected here tonight, and this is where they're going to watch the results come in. We're going to go live right now to my colleague, Jenny Runovich. She is with the Republicans tonight. Hi, Jenny.
Yeah, hi, Emily. Just like you, since there are still about an hour left before the polls close, it is pretty quiet. We are at the JW Marriott in downtown Indianapolis. This will be the watch party for GOP, the Republican headquarters. I did speak with some in Republican leadership already this evening. They tell me they are expecting a red wave across the country, and they are hoping also to maintain complete control of state government. Now, here are the races that we are going to be watching here at the Republican headquarters. We're watching the candidates from the three biggest races here at the GOP watch party tonight. They're all going to be here. We're told they likely won't arrive until well after the polls close, around 7:30. Talking about incumbent U.S. Senator Todd Young trying to win that second term. We're watching the race for Secretary of State, newcomer Diego Morales, former aide to then Governor Mike Pence, and then perhaps one of the most interesting races for Marion County prosecutor, attorney Cindy Carrasco, looking to be the first Republican to win that race since back in 2006. So all of those we will be watching tonight here from the JW Marriott. Of course, this is a traditionally red state. We'll see if the messages and the mantras that all of these candidates have shared over the election cycle with voters resonated at the ballot box. Ann and Felicia.
All right, thanks so much, Jenny, and also Emily reporting live for us tonight. So that's what's going on in central Indiana and statewide races. But there is another race that we are closely following tonight that's more in the region.
We're talking about the race for Indiana's first congressional district. It's in northwest Indiana, and that's where Republican Jennifer Ruth Green is challenging freshman incumbent Frank Mervan.
So keep this in perspective. Democrats have held this seat in that area for 92 years. Political analysts say whatever happens tonight, it may be a sign of how the overall election will go nationally.
So you're going to have to wait until 7 for results. That's because that area is an hour behind central Indiana. And the balance of power could change with the results tonight.
That's right. Dustin Grove is live in the newsroom with what we're watching in the Senate. So if one domino falls, then others could follow that. Right, Dustin?
That's right, Anne Marie. We're keeping a close eye on it. Let's set the scene for you here. This is what the balance of power looks like. We've got 35 Senate seats up for grabs tonight. 9 races are considered competitive, or at this point too close to call. That includes, if you come in a little closer here, I'll show you the race in Pennsylvania. Lieutenant Governor John Fetterman and TV's Dr. Mehmet Oz running in that race. And also next door in Ohio, we are looking at that race against J.D. Vance and Tim Ryan. So again, 9 very competitive races at stake here, in the 35 seats up for grabs in the Senate. We're going to be watching that, as well as the race for Secretary of State. As the totals come in, the counties, all 92 counties in Indiana, will fill in either red or blue, whether those counties go Republican or Democrat. So we're looking at statewide races here, and then also we'll be able to zoom in and look at the vote totals and percentages per county. So we'll be looking at that as well, and then also comparing them to elections past. It's going to be a very busy and exciting evening ahead. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll send it back to you for now.
All right, very busy, as you said. Dustin will stay with you. And voter turnout has been very heavy in some locations like Hamilton County.
That's right, just north of downtown. That's where Bob Siegel joins us live tonight. And he says the number of voters appears to be way up this year. Hey, Bob.
Hi there. Yeah, the Hamilton County clerk tells me that voting has been so heavy across Hamilton County. Her staff has been busy really running around all day to deliver more voting paper and supplies to polling places. The polling place that I'm at right now, this is Fall Creek Township up in Fishers, and you can see all of the polling places here behind me. Every one of them is filled right now. It's been this way most of the time that we've been here. The clerk told me more than 50,000 Hamilton County residents cast a ballot early before Election Day. That's about 23% higher than the turnout in the midterm election back in 2018, and other counties say they're seeing very high turnout too. Like in Johnson County, we stopped at Mount Pleasant Christian Church in Greenwood this afternoon, and that voting site has seen a steady stream of voters throughout the day. In Hendricks County, the election supervisor there says that voting sites have been, in her words, super busy, and they're expecting turnout that could meet or exceed what they saw back in 2018. Now, despite the busy polling locations, we've not seen a whole lot of problems. We've talked to some folks who say that they were given the wrong ballot. A few sites in Marion, Shelby, and Boone counties reported opening a few minutes late this morning, but other than that, election officials and voters say voting has been running for the most part just as it should, with poll workers and volunteers playing a big role in that.
Pretty smooth sailing, easy process. You know, they are very helpful in the inside, let you know what was going on, and I got it done.
So polls are open until 6 o'clock this evening. If you are in line by then, you are legally allowed to vote. In Fishers, I'm Bob Siegel, 13 News.
All right, Bob, thanks so much. And just a reminder, as Bob mentioned there, if you still want to go vote tonight, you can do so for just about another 54 minutes. And also, if you'd like to go, Indigo is offering free rides, and those rides will be available to everyone in the Marion County area until 11 o'clock. 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
All right, so let's give you a live look at the Marion County Election Board headquarters. As we said, we'll be bringing you live coverage all night. They're counting some of the ballots right there. Our Sierra Putman is there, and she'll join us live at 5:30 with how that will work tonight.
And just a reminder, we're going to have you covered all night as the results from the election trickle in.
We'll be with you right here on 13 News until 6:30, and then starting at 7, you can catch our election coverage on WTHR.com as well as our streaming service, WTHR Plus.